Hi, my name is Cassie Brown, and this is just a bit of my story. I grew up in a Christian home, and I knew that Jesus I'd known about him all my life, and I'd kind of known that he was a decision that everyone had to make, but I wasn't really sure what that meant. But one Sunday at church, my pastor was talking about Jesus and heaven and hell, and I was a bit confused, so I went home, and I asked my dad about it, and he explained to me that you had to ask Jesus into your heart, and I decided that's something I wanted, and so I asked Jesus into my heart when I was 6 years old, and obviously at 6 I didn't really understand what was going on. And so since then it's kind of been a growing process, learning exactly what that meant. A big chapter in my life was something that I dealt with. It was a lot about self-worth and just self-value. I was always trying to figure out what my self-worth was, where my self-worth was found. At first, I tried to find my self-worth in grades. I thought if I could get all A's, if I could just, get the highest score in a class, then I was good. But then junior year hit, and I got my first B. And I wasn't really sure what to do. I always got my worth in getting all A's, and at this point, I had a B. And what was I to live for? Like, where was my worth at? So I turned to something else at that point in my life, and I turned to guys. I thought that if I could just get guys to like me, that I would have my worth back. And I had this huge crush on the guy at the time, and I thought that if I could just get him to like me, everything would be good. I would have my worth back in my life. But things didn't work out, and I was left empty again. I wasn't sure where my worth was or what gave me worth in life. And so I turned to something else in life. At that point, I thought that my image could give me worth. And so I'd always been overweight my whole life, and I thought if I could just lose that weight, if I could just, be thin, I would have my worth. And so I went on every crash diet you can imagine. I just was totally unhealthy, started not eating altogether. It just got crazy, and I did. I took 70 pounds off, and I thought that I would have my worth. And the guys that had made fun of me my whole life for my weight stopped making fun of me for my weight, but they found other things to make fun of me for. And so at that point, I realized that I needed to go back to the Jesus that had saved me at 6 years old, and I realized that I needed to remember that my worth was found in him. And since then, it's just been reminding myself daily that Jesus is where I find my worth, and I'm really excited to see what he'll take me through from here on out and remind me that he is my source of worth.